12-minute time, she's going to become the 9th person to leave the Big Brother house. Just going to go and have a chat with some of the crowd here. Now listen, can I ask you, has the right person been evicted tonight?
Yes, definitely.
Why? What was it about Nush then that you wanted to see out of the house?
Oh, she was playing a game with Scott.
He wasn't really a girl's girl, was she? And what about Cameron? Do you think he might be in it to win now? He's in the last week.
Oh, I don't know. He might be playing a game. Not too sure.
She's all about games, this one. Anyway, in the last show, we left you at a very crucial point. John was on the verge of sharing with Nush his extensive and insightful knowledge of the British Navy and how to handle them. This is basically what happens in the last hour. Nush.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, you so lovely.
You have 1 hour to say your goodbyes and pack your bags.
I'm coming, darling!
Right. There are some things that I've learned over the last 3 weeks about the media, which in no way break the Big Brother rules by telling you this, but at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and no later, because that's when things have to start moving, is whether you want to sell your story to the national press, because the most amount of money you can make is on the Sunday papers.
Right.
Okay?
It feels magic, I must admit.
Cameron?
You were preparing yourself to go.
But whatever happens, they will print lies about you. And so that's something you've got to consider.
This is Big Brother. Could John please come to the diary room?
I'm not finished yet. Okay. I'm going to be thrown out with you now. So.
No, don't say any more, don't say any more.
No, I'm going to give you a hug just in case I am.
You are.
The nicest people I've met in here, and I'm not saying that for any, because I don't like because I'm going, I'm so sorry about the nominations I made. I'm totally mad.
Don't worry about it.
Judgment is awful, and you've made my last week really enjoyable.
Come here.
I'm the last girl.
Cool. Imagine. You're the last girl.
Whatever's happened since we've been in here, all I know is that tonight will always be the hardest night. All I wish is that we could have been more...
I know.
But that's just the way
It doesn't help that I've been so fucking mental, to be honest.
You haven't been mental.
I mean, I've come much further than I ever thought I would, and it's...
Good.
Cameron's fucking lovely, do you know what I mean? And I take it almost as a compliment that it's all cool. Well, I came number 2 out the girls, so that's kind of cool.
Very good.
Fucking Ray.
Like that. I'm the only one.
I'm the only girl, so I need looking after.
We know.
Need looking after.
What's going to be quite... You staying in your bedroom tonight by yourself?
Yes.
By yourself, or would you like us to come through?
Well, if you want to come through, you can. I'm not saying that you can't, but I do like my own bed.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. I'm sad to go, but I'm okay.
Yeah, good. Sad to see you go.
Tell her! Oh! I'm so glad she saved the gas in the canister for the curling. Very important. Anyway, Big Brother basically want to let you know that Big Brother's reprimanded John and has reminded him that he cannot tell any of the housemates any information from the outside world. He does know that. He's very naughty. So I'm now going to talk to the house.
Did you know?
Big Brother house, this is Davina. Nush, you are the 9th person to be evicted from the Big Brother house. You have 1 minute to gather your belongings and say your goodbyes. I'm coming to get you.
1 minute.
Oh, there have been some brilliant banners
50 seconds.
this week. I'm hoping she won't get booed too much, actually. Putting flowers here for Nush. We love Nush, so does
40
Scott.
seconds.
Scott looked quite upset to see it go, didn't he? You give Nush a push, but then again, Nush and push rhyme.
30 seconds.
We're back.
20 seconds.
Our pleas are still on hand. I know we see. It's well to
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nush, you have been evicted. Please leave the Big Brother house. Nush, you have been evicted. Please leave the Big Brother house.
Come here. Shh. Everyone, shush.
Oh, you're beautiful. Don't even put that across the face. Oh, you're beautiful. Yes. Oh, you are unbelievable. We've got to take it.
Let me give you that to hold.
Davina. Davina.
Come on, babe. You look gorgeous. You look really gorgeous. Just let me stand in front of the cameras and have your picture taken. Show it off. Brother, welcome, Nush! A little bit fatter and a little bit less tan. That would really be helpful throughout this interview because you look too gorgeous. Thank God for the gas in the... You had enough left. You had enough left.
It was a bit of an issue.
Yeah, it was an issue. We did enjoy that. Now listen, how upset are you to be out?
I'm finding it hard. Really? I'd be a liar if I didn't say it'd be nice to be there, but I'm feeling pretty good seeing my
family.
To see
the people that you love when you come out.
Yeah, and the
But
rest.
to have got so close and not be there for the final week, frustrated or okay?
No, because I've been there for ages, and if there's a time that you could leave that... I mean, I know obviously you'd like to stay the last week, but to stay till the week 8, is it week 8? It's week 8.
You've done really well.
Is good.
Now listen, I know you've got a pretty good idea because it's fairly obvious who nominated you, but have you got any idea why?
Kind of.
So what do you think their reasons would be?
I interrupt all the time, and I can be quite emotional as well. I don't know, go on, hit me with it.
I'm going to hit you with it, here it is.
Hit me with it.
Noosh, when Lisa was going out, people were listening at the door. Noosh was standing listening, saying, "Oh, I don't like hearing boos." I reacted at the time by saying, "Get away from the door then, if you don't like listening." And she continued listening on, saying that she didn't like it. That kind of thing annoys me in real life.
Nush, we were all talking about what had been going on in the weeks that John was away, and we came to the point where Cameron was discussing his trip. Nush said some what I consider to be rather rude things, like obviously we've heard it all before, and she didn't like the fact obviously Cameron had this interesting story to say and she wasn't the centre of attention.
Nush, Friday when John came along, it was all great seeing John again. In the middle of some stories, Nush would more enough all the time jump in and interrupt the story and try to give a different story, something that had to do with her, and it just kind of got a bit annoying.
Now I know that you were looking at those sort of thinking, oh, hang on a minute, but you remember what Big Brother was like about reasons for nominating, and you have to get quite specific. I know Ray's nomination was the upset of the week, really, wasn't it?
It wasn't. I mean, I knew who it was. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out who it was, and
But
wasn't
I mean,
bothered.
I think all of us were expecting it to be Cameron and Steph, because there were 3 of you in the clique, and there were 2 of them in that kind of clique, if you see what I mean.
Yeah,
so it was a shock.
I
It must
see
have been a shock to you.
It wasn't. I don't know why it wasn't.
Do you know why he chose you over Steph?
There was a big ruckus on Wednesday.
Yeah, God. Quite exciting to watch. I hate to say it, I'm sorry.
And I was not involved. And
Yeah.
I was kind of like, I don't want to be involved. And I was having a lovely evening.
And you never really knew what the ruckus was about. So let me just tell you, or
Tell
we'll
me.
show you.
Tell me, Davina.
When you were in the reward room with Scott, very funny night.
Tell me about it.
This is what happened between Steph and Ray.
Yay.
I always put my foot in it.
Well, don't work so much that though, right? It's nothing that I didn't feel. I sat there feeling like it wouldn't matter if you said anything or not. Feeling like people would always pick Nush over me.
Honestly, I'm not just saying this to make you feel better. But listen to me, honestly, I would have picked you. No, listen,
Right.
not that. But I've even said to Karen just there, I says, if Steph thinks that we're going to put Nush over everything else just because people might think that she's more of a laugh or all this kind of stuff, that's crap. It's been a tougher week here for you, hasn't it? Come here. Come here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Oh, that's right.
And listen, I would have picked you.
Thank you.
Ray's good.
Cheers, Ray.
Ray's good.
Oh,
He picks up on it
appreciate
straight
that.
away.
He is very sensitive, and even though he's quite fiery, he did pick up on Steph's upset. Do you understand why Steph was upset?
Yeah, I do. I totally. And I
She
was
was
really
genuinely really
embarrassed.
quite- it
I
wasn't
was
manipulative.
embarrassed that night.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed, and I felt. I don't know if you saw me playing bingo, but I wasn't really enjoying it.
Yeah,
Do
no,
you know
we
what I
did
mean?
see that, we did
But at the
see that.
same time, I would have picked Steph. Cameron would have picked Steph. So I can see there was just more of a joke of it made by that, and I can see how she would have. I can see how she would have felt that.
Okay, let's move on to something a bit lighter. You must have watched Big Brother before you came into the house, right?
Yeah.
So you knew about nominations. No, once, right? 19 minutes in the diary room. 19 minutes trying to decide who you're going to nominate.
It's not nice.
But why? I mean, if you knew that you had to do it,
Because I thought I was tough. I really thought I was.
all you had to do was find one reason.
I know. But then you have people's families watching, and then they see it. And
But
then...
you've got 6 days to think about it. Gosh,
Yeah.
you were another nightmare, actually, I've got to say, with his nominating.
Because
were
when
you
you like-
worried what other people would think?
No, because when you like people, it's harder. You know,
But
I
you
didn't-
weren't worried about, like, public opinion, it was more
No,
about...
it was about them seeing it and friendships, and I just don't normally say things bad. I mean, maybe I do, but I don't think that comes naturally. I
It
don't
was like
really...
pulling teeth for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
The housemates, because of your sort of attitude to not just the nominations but everything, you are genuinely just a nice person and you don't like to be nasty at all, and that served you in very good stead with the housemates because they all really liked you.
Till now.
But there was one thing that collectively they did notice.
What's that?
Was a little bit annoying, and it was this. Apparently,
I interrupt quite a lot.
I'm not like from the Irish club.
You look interrupting, sorry.
Completely unrelated to Big Brother.
Fishing. I've been fishing. Bring it on.
Festival type things.
You see, I've been out of the country travelling, so I've got an excuse, but carry on.
Ben, what I will go on to say is...
No, I said...
seems to take the conversation away from other people.
There's this egg and bacon in a frying pan.
Yeah.
And the egg says...
Egg and bacon flowers, they're lovely. Country garden, want one.
She obviously wanted the limelight on her.
Oh, and
Loads.
Really?
Yeah.
you look quite upset there a couple of times with the stuff that Steph's been saying. I think she just felt, because she hasn't always been saying bad things about you, but I just think she felt undermined, her self-esteem felt undermined by your mere presence. Did you feel that when you were in there? You
know
must
what?
have done a bit.
Steph's an enigma, and she's a good girl overall, and we had a good hug, and we had a good chat, and said whatever's been said, and we were very realistic about...
She did try and clear the air with you a couple of times, didn't she, to try and talk to you about it?
Yeah, and I think you're right.
I mean, maybe you didn't take it on board that she was feeling that bad.
I don't think I could see it. I couldn't understand why,
Now listen, I want to move quickly on to your housemates. I want to just quickly explain what happened last week with John. Basically what we did was we had a big vote to who would you like to go back into the house, and we had all the housemates available for picking. Lisa was also available to go straight back in once she'd come out. Anushka's been in Big Brother in Australia bearing her boobs, and Tanya didn't want to do it. So they voted John back in. So what was it like when you saw him walking through the door? Because you visibly jumped.
Well, you know, I didn't expect it, but actually having John back has been a pleasure.
He was trying to stir things up a bit, though. Did you notice
controversial.
That? Controversial.
Very controversial.
Controversial.
They say things that you don't want to hear, and you'd be kind of like, okay.
But he's been actually purposefully trying to stir it up, because he did promise me he would a little bit.
I knew he
would.
But he's been a lot more chilled as well than the first few weeks. I mean, he said some things that I think we were all kind of like, maybe he's in here just to stir things up.
Was it off-putting knowing that he knew that?
No, because I thought that he'd had a lot to get... I'm just watching him pick his nose. I just thought that he had a lot to get used to, because obviously the group shifts in the weeks that he's been away, so I just thought that maybe it was his way of trying to analyse the way we'd re-assimilated as a group.
You're almost too understanding of other people, are you? Now, let's just talk about some of the other boys. Before we do, I want to show you this.
Absolutely, totally gagging for it. Let's talk about sex, baby. Feeling a bit sexually frustrated. I'm not running. Oh, God! Bring it on!
Nice.
That is what I'm about. Give me a hug. Oh, okay.
Now, all about that.
Bring it on.
You know, right, that you heard something over the fence about Jeff.
I didn't hear it. It was clear as day.
Okay, so you know what they said, which
Yes.
was about you being dumped. Well, how did that make you feel at the time? Because it sent you into a kind of spin.
This is a funny one, because it's kind of personal, but not, because obviously you're on Big Brother, so...
Can I just tell you something about Jeff very quickly before we start? We wanted to get him to come on the show, or at least to send you a bit of videotape to say what was going on, but he's sold the exclusive rights to his story to a newspaper, and nobody's allowed to talk to him except for the paper, so I'm just bracing you for that. Are you surprised about that? Because we were.
Right, okay, well, knowing that information, it's hard to stay in love with somebody when they spend 10 months of a year away from you.
Well, this is what we talked about with him, Robin.
And
he's just away too much, isn't he?
10 months, since last May, 10 months. And don't be mad at me that I can't keep that up, because I tried very hard.
Can I just ask you one thing, so I've only got seconds left.
Go on.
Scott!
Scott's
Please
lovely.
Tell me what,
He's
do you
lovely.
fancy him?
No.
You don't? What's he even about?
But he's gorgeous. He's brilliant. But I want to be his friend for a very long time.
But he's absolutely besotted. You don't fancy him?
No, he's not. We're just good friends.
He is. Hands up who thinks Scott's besotted with Nush. Thank you. Yeah, right. Listen, I've run out of time and I can't bear it. Listen, you've been electrifying. Here are your best bits.
Yay! Bring it on.
It's like normal.
I haven't gone stir crazy yet.
We could just have one more liquid drink.
What are you putting in the water? I've never been so accident prone. If you're watching this now and you're with someone else, give them a hug and tell them that you love them.
It's all ending, and that's quite sad. I like somebody a lot, but there is no romance. I don't love them.
Just for a minute I took it personally.
I'm ready. I'm cool.
that because even if I was there, I wasn't. I felt at home in the Big Brother house, which is a nice feeling.
So where I am for the truth. It's rather nice. Sweating together. Now listen, I want to ask you one thing very quickly. If you didn't fancy him at all, you were quite flirty. Why? Well, you are. She's a flirt. Flirt with these guys. They love you. All right, put it down, guys. Put it down. One at a time. One at a time. I just want to show you this. No, come with me. Come with me. I just want to show you this. My hero. That's quite sweet. Okay. Well, I leave Nush to be mauled by every single boy that's here. So, Cameron, Ray, Scott and Steph have made it to the final week. The big prize is almost within their reach. So who do you think is going to win Big Brother 2003? Who do you think is going to win now?
I don't know.
You must have some idea.
Whoever!
It's up to you. Lines are open now. Remember, this time you're voting for the person you want to win. To vote for Cameron, call 09011 214402. That's 09011 214402. For Ray, call 09011 214408. 09011 214408. For Scott, call 09011 214409. 09011 214409. To vote for Steph, call 09011 214411. That's 09011 214411. Or text VOTE and then the name of the person that you want to win to 85444. Or vote interactively by pressing the red button. Love that red button. Lines close next Friday when we'll be announcing the winner of Big Brother 2003. One housemate will be leaving the house 70 grand the richer. Don't forget, you are voting for the person you want to see win. That's absolutely imperative. Different from all the other weeks. I can't wait to see you. It's going to be a massive, massive show next Friday. I'll see you then. Good night.
Richard Curtis and other famous people. It's obviously just what celebrities do, I think, is to get a quiet look at a film without any flash.
Sorry, John.
What David?
Was it Noosh?
That was Noosh.
What'd you say?
I don't know, but you could hear it on the microphone because she was shouting into it.
Go on, listen, Ray.